Hi, Jessica. Dano from The Nocturnal. Pleasure to meet you.
Dano.
Dano. Not my real name, but, you know.
What's your real name?
It's Daniel, but, you know.
Daniel, but Dano is like more...
Yeah, if you're mad at me, you can call me Daniel.
I
That's
like
how
Dano.
I know.
It actually
There you
makes
go.
people want to talk to you.
Yeah,
I get
exactly.
it.
Well,
It's
now you're
good.
here talking to me.
Yeah.
So I just saw real life Amy meet a lot of the actors for the very first time, and I couldn't really hear what they're saying, but I could feel like the emotional weight. So I don't know, for you, what was it like? Taking your cues from her. I know she was on set with you, and what maybe did she teach you about the character that you don't usually get on other films?
She was so great with me because she taught me a lot about her compassion and her empathy and humanity. One of the very first conversations I had with her is I asked her why she worked as a night nurse, and she said she wanted her girls, she was a stay-at-home mom, to feel or to think that they had, she was a single mom. She wanted her girls to think that they had a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
So she worked all night long, taking care of others at the hospital. She'd come home and go do the grocery shopping and the housework while her kids were at school, and then take care of them when they're out of school. So she was really at no moment taking care of herself. And I learned a lot about that from actually talking to her.
Dave, your character in this movie is in a band.
Yes.
Allison, in real life, you're in a band, The Girls.
That's right.
Did your husband, for character research, ever pick your brain about that?
No, he didn't.
I'm more of a guitarist, and you're more of a singer.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. I actually remember that early in our relationship, you played the guitar for me.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Sensitive guitar playing.
Played a little Ray
We don't
Lamont
need
tape.
to say what.
Well,
Nice shirt.
thank you. This is my formal Hawaiian
Thank you
shirt.
very much.
This is the one I wear to synagogue, you know.
Very good. Yeah, excellent.
So this movie is quite possibly the biggest resume booster ever. You're an action star, comedy, romance, all of that. How fun was it to just put on all those hats?
Dude, it was one of the things that I loved about getting to do the film. Every day I was getting to either do a fight scene or a song and dance number or just a comedy with Rainn Wilson or Evan or whoever. So yeah, it was just like reading this. You just go, oh, this will be really fun. Like to make this will be really fun.
So this is a lot of things don't really happen, and it's a parody. Spoiler alert. But the thing that does feel true to a biopic is you're actually performing these Weird Al songs on stage in the costumes and set design that he actually has in his music videos, performances. What was your favorite to do, and was Al on set directing you
Al
at all?
was on set every day. He wasn't direct. He would come in with notes very occasionally, mostly about musical stuff that we were doing. But most of the time, I think honestly my favorite one was either I Love Rocky Road, because I was never in a band growing up, and I sort of got to live out that fantasy during that scene a bit. But also
Get rowdy in that scene.
Yeah, exactly. But the Like a Surgeon scene as well was just like a really fun, silly dance number to learn and get to do. So that was really enjoyable as well.
So you said you're never in a band growing up. Do you have any musical inclinations ever?
Not now. No, the world doesn't need music from me. It's not good. It wouldn't be good.
So I know Weird Al has done Star Wars parodies, all that. Have you convinced him, do a Harry Potter song? Come on, man.
I haven't. I'm almost surprised it hasn't happened anyway, just because, I guess Potter does feel like it's pretty rich ground for parody. But I guess not yet. But, I'll slip a word in.
Well, maybe one day. So last question is, what is your favorite Weird Al song ever that's not in the movie?
It's not in the
Maybe
movie?
a deep cut.
It's not the deepest cut, but there's a song called Bob, which is like
Palindrome.
the Palindrome song.
That's what Tommy said too.
Oh, sorry, I swore that.
Strike that from the
Yeah,
record,
strike the
guys.
record. I just. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't even get through the whole word, so it's fine. All right.
This is a family-friendly program here.
Sorry. But
Weird Al doesn't swear.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
I know.
that's
It's true. I do, unfortunately. I grew up on film sets, so I swear like a
Well,
sailor.
you're English.
And I'm English, so it's like charming when I do it.
Right.
But no, it's Bob. Yeah, it's just so clever and brilliant and catchy, and I like to memorize weird, complicated things, so that's on the list.
I know you are loath to psychoanalyze a lot of your characters, so allow me, I'll say an assessment of this character and maybe characters in the past. I'm curious to what you have to say about it. So, you've worked with a lot of directors like Del Toro, Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez. You're in Bond films, and now with Luc Besson. I think they they all have this sensibility where they're very inspired by genre movies, by B movies, that they retool to make maybe thematically more heavy, but still fun and over the top. And in those films, including this one, you often play smartest guy in the room. People are looking to you for your expertise and talent. So I was wondering if A, you agree with this, and B, is this a type of character that you're drawn to, and in a universe that you're drawn to? You know, all these directors, very different, but are all like fun in the same way. And Tim Burton, I'll add to that list as well.
Um, yes, all of the above. I am drawn to these people because I find their perspective, first of all, very personal to each individual. And that's something that I would like to continue to work with different people, and not just one kind, and that directors who require a repetition of what I've done before, but people who are open to exploring new material and new ways of depicting and exploring in reverse order a character that helps them tell a specific story. Yes, the characters are usually within my range. I do wish that I could expand that range a little bit, but it's not up to me. I could then go to Robert Rodriguez and say, can we make this character such and such? And then he would say, maybe we could, but that would be a different movie. Thank you very much. This is what I'm offering you for a specific reason. That's the eternal question of typecasting. Is typecasting fulfilling for the actor? Depends on the role at hand. In terms of story, I've been asked before, how come you appear in historical movies so much? Well, I don't really. It just happens that last year I did 2 in a row. Okay, so why are historical movies so attractive right now? Because they don't contain cell phones. Cell phones kill a story. Okay, so it is a lot more interesting for the drama to not have a constant exchange digitally over the phone with other characters. But that's just one aspect. The historical movies usually concern themselves with eternal human questions, and the distance that is established through history helps us as an audience to engage without prejudice and reservations, I think. So have we covered all your questions? Because there was a whole row of questions.
I think so. I think you got it. And I agree. The movie would be a lot worse if, all he had to do was send a text message from the Transylvanian castle, back home saying, Dracula's coming.
Right. Exactly. Well, there you go.
So this is like the ultimate postmodern absurd novel. You're known for making grounded family dramas, but at the same time, this is about a family, right? So what are maybe the overlaps with this movie and the rest of your filmography? What's new? What's maybe off-brand? And if you could just maybe expound on that.
Well, I think what you said. I think it is about a family, and about a family. The gap between what we say and what we mean, or what we say and what we feel, or what we think about ourselves and who we really are. I mean, those are things I think I've explored in a lot of my movies. Family mythologies is something that I think are in a lot of my movies too. The things that we tell ourselves about, you know, parents tell their children and children have to unlearn them later, you know. And in this case, you have all of that, but then you also have family, I think in some ways is a microcosm of the culture. You have, you know, that line, family's the cradle of the world's misinformation. You have, you know, essentially the kids spouting facts and saying things that, you know, we don't know if they're real or not. And after a while, I think you kind of lose track within yourselves and you create your own facts. And I think that's something that's both true of a family and something we see is also true of the American culture at large.